So how much do loan brokers earn? I get asked this question a lot. We've got a lot of mortgage brokers, loan officers, and people who are just looking to make more money in 2025 are like, well, how much do these loan brokers actually earn? Is this a business opportunity that I should be looking more into? And I'm going to address that today right now for you. I've been in this space over a decade. It has absolutely changed and transformed my family's life, doing events across the country, networking with my favorite mentors, from a Patrick Bet-David to a Russell Brunson to a Grant Cardone, et cetera, et cetera. And so let me start at the beginning here and share just a few case studies. Let me talk about one of the first deals I did. One of the first deals I did, and I remember sending it into a funding group, and they gave him a really bad offer, and I looked at his business and his real estate, and he had this real estate gas station in sunny San Diego in California, and it seemed like it was worth a lot more than what he owed on it, and he'd owned it for a long time. So no brainer, I'm sure there's somebody who could get this deal done. So I went to work and I started looking at different banks and lenders, and I got a few who said they could do it, and I got a pre-approval, and we were looking at SBA, and SBA seemed like a great option. And so month after month, and then at the last second, SBA says, no, actually, we're not going to do the deal. And so I'm like, wow, I just spent like 4 or 5 months and the deal didn't go through. Luckily, we kept on working. I found another bank who they said they could do it. But finally, after several months, the deal got done. $25,000 was sent to my bank account, and that was pretty cool. Here's another example. This is a recent case study from one of our funding CEOs, one of our funding machine owners, Ryan. And just last week, he let our group know that actually he was funding a deal making $22,000 on it. So let's break that down real quick. How did that work out? Well, this was an established funding deal as well. Usually you'll see bigger payouts and commissions on established funding deals, and it was a referral from an SBA group who couldn't get the deal done SBA because of some tax issues. So he was asking me, well, where can I take this deal? And I knew exactly the right lender, but he got it done. It was about a $376,000 loan, and I think he made $22,000. But the bottom line is, when these big deals come, they can be really awesome big payouts. But for a lot of loan brokers, they start asking, all right, I've got these established funding deals that can pay a lot, but they take a lot of time, and they kind of, live and die all the time, and you have to resurrect them. Sometimes they die permanently, and you waste a whole bunch of time. And so for me, I started doing a bunch of startup funding deals. And so as I started to focus on startup funding, I remember in the second month of putting all my time and effort into startups, $40,000 in sales. In month number 2, I'm like, wow, this is incredible. Helped like 7 or 8 clients, made 40 grand. That's pretty darn good. And then fast forward to the end of the year, 7 months later, had our first 6-figure month, $100,000 in sales in 1 month, focusing exclusively on startup funding options, and that was a game changer. And since then, for the last decade, that's been our focus, is how can we fund those startups? There is not a lot of competition. You've got 60 million gig workers out there that need funding options. You've got 30 million small business owners that need funding options, and the banks and the lenders mostly ignore them, so it's a great opportunity. And what we did was we created a startup funding marketplace of solutions. And for years, loan brokers and mortgage brokers and loan officers will send us deals, and we'll pay out a small commission on that. And for years, people have been like, well, how do I earn 100%? How do I do this? And we're going to need our system to do it. And it's taken us a decade and $1 million in blood, sweat, and tears to build that out. And so finally, a few months ago, I decided the time is right. I think we can help more business owners by making our system available for driven, loan officers and brokers, and just someone who really wants to build a business that makes a difference. And that's where we created the new funding machine. This is our system responsible for our entire success of hundreds of millions of dollars of funding at 0% interest for tens of thousands of small business owners and startups across this country. And so if you'd like to see a demo and see how this works, you can click on the link, get access to the funding machine, see exactly the ins and outs and how it works. And this is why this business is so awesome, because you can make such a great living helping small business owners. You just need the right system to do it. So any questions, put those in the comment section. We want to learn more about your questions and your curiosity of how you can win in the business funding space. But the bottom line is, loan brokers can do very well in the business funding space.